Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to talk a little bit about being on a path of self-discovery, putting it in basic terms of when you finally realize that you need to get your shit together for real. I had someone tell me, what brought you here cannot take you there. Sometimes it's just a sentence that all it takes for me. I just focus in, I laser focus in on one sentence, one phrase. Like this can happen to me in a poem, in a song, on television. I could be watching a movie. It could just be some dialogue, some line of dialogue, and it can hit me. What brought you here cannot take you there. That is some serious, heavy-duty shit. You know, what brought me to a path of personal development, of personal growth, when I decided I needed to get my shit together, I needed to get my life together, I needed to get my head together. What brought me there was extreme weakness, was failure, was pain and suffering, was trauma, was living in a constant state of being triggered. I had PTSD, I didn't even know it. And I would get triggered not for an hour, not for a day, but for several months. And I would literally just kind of wake up and be like, oh, Jesus Christ. I would snap out of this psychopathic fucking state of mind. I've truly felt like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I knew I was going crazy. It's so weird when you see these quotes and there's this strange philosophy that people have that, like true insanity, like being crazy, a crazy person doesn't know they're crazy. That's what people think. Have you heard shit like that before? That is such bullshit. That's such a load of crap. Because I know what it's like to go crazy. And I was concerned about it. I knew it. I knew I was going nuts. My water. You guys need to drink more water. I know many of you out there don't drink enough water. I drink at least a gallon a day. I'm always drinking water. But I could feel that I was going crazy. I've known lots of crazy people. I don't know why. I'm like the Pied Piper for psychopaths. I have a whole army of real crazy motherfuckers. Seriously, developmentally disabled, diagnosable shit, man, where people are like, should be in straitjackets and mental wards. I got an army of those motherfuckers that got my back like you would not believe. I don't know why. I'm not trying to create this, it just happens. And I promise you that they know they're crazy, and it tortures them because you can't stop it, and you can feel yourself sliding into madness, and it's like being on an icy slope. You can claw and scratch frantically as you want, but you just watch yourself go down into the abyss. No one understands, no one cares. People forget about you. And I knew that I couldn't help myself, and my friends weren't smart enough or interested enough, maybe not good enough real friends to help me. My family just kind of like, well, too bad. Sucks to be you, I guess. Let me know when you snap out of it. I was on a path of death, snapping out of it. You guys are going to be at my funeral. What are you talking about? So what brought me to this path of personal growth was a path of weakness. And it wasn't that I finally got strong enough to claw my way up. It was a realization. I realized one day, I need to save my life. I need I need to change. I need to change my outlook. This isn't working. I need to do some serious changing, like, of who I am and what I believe. And that means that you have to get off one path and go to the next one. I spent my entire childhood, teenage years, taking public transportation, the subway. I took a city bus to a subway train, transferred trains, took another city bus, and then walked. Yes, through snow and ice, all kinds of stuff. DC, through bullets. I grew up in DC. And it's just simply, when you get on a train and you're going to transfer at, let's say, at Metro Center, which is a popular transfer station in DC. We got different stations, different trains going different directions, different lines. You may have gotten pretty comfortable on that one train, and the one train that you got onto, it was closer to your house, and you're familiar with that train, and it goes a completely different direction, but you have to take that train in order to get to Metro Center because it just happens to go through there. You get off at Metro Center and you abandon that train. You say goodbye to the comfortable, familiar train that leads straight to home, and you have to get onto a new train, an unfamiliar train, a train going a completely different direction. You know, leveling up is like a doorway. And it's like going into a different room, and when you level up, you leave a previous realm and go into a new realm. In a game, in a video game, you have a whole new screen. You could have a whole new world that you go to in some games where you level up. You do this all through your life, and it's a natural process. You know, you become the expert, the big man on campus in high school, maybe if you're lucky. I wasn't particularly popular, but some people are. My brother was really popular. And then when you get to college, nobody knows who you are. You're nobody. You may do this at your job, in your last job. You were well known and well liked and part of the family, and you go to a new job, it's a new opportunity, and there's more responsibility, and it's more high tech, and you don't know anybody, and the whole experience is different, but you had to go through it in order to get to the new realm. But you have to give up what got you there. For me, I had to give up the weakness, the pain. I wrapped weakness around me like a security blanket. Weakness was all I knew. It's like Patty Hearst syndrome. You could be abused and fall in love with your abusers. You could be poor and fall in love with poverty. You can be demented and fall in love with your crazy life. I had to give up that shit and become kind of nothing. I had to give up my crew, my friends, my status, my connections, my reputation. I had a big reputation. It's weird now because people don't really know who I am. I had a whole previous path that I was on, with a reputation in a realm that makes no difference now. I had to give up a lot. So I don't know, sometimes I hear a phrase and it just hits me. I have to marinate on it. I'll probably think about this shit all night. What brought you here cannot take you there. What brought you to this path will not take you to your destiny. going to have to embrace a new way of being. And you may do this on more than one level. It's all food for thought.